I swear they sound the same. It's like they know my skin. Every word they say sounds just like him. And it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You
What ridiculous Christmas music, Lord. Hi, I'm Colin Bigelow. Welcome to my vlog. I'm in Civic Center Park here in Denver at the Christkindl Market. So this vlog is going to be about a couple things, one of which is recovery, also spirituality, and an integral view of things in general. And why am I out here in the middle of the city talking about all these things? Because this isn't a podcast, and particularly in relationship to recovery and to life in general, and spirituality, and an integral view of things, it's in the world. It has to be in the world. At least that's the life I'm interested in. So yeah, that's why I'm out here in the middle of everything. So yeah, I'm excited. Welcome.
get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You won't reply and we'll go back to strangers. It's something that I hate, how everyone's disposable. Every time I date somebody new, I feel vulnerable, that it'll never change. And it will just stay.
All right, here we are. Love being outside.
You'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You won't reply and we'll go back to strangers. It always ends the same when it was me and you.
All right. Yeah, sorry about the first recording. Didn't have any kind of mic with me. This should be a little better. So, recovery. So for me, recovery means recovery from complex PTSD resulting from childhood abuse, trauma. I did self-medicate with alcohol. If I didn't self-medicate with alcohol, I'm pretty sure I'd be dead. So recovery means a lot of things to a lot of people. For me, it's a mental health recovery. It certainly, most commonly, I think, refers to recovery from substance use. But for me, it's mental health first. It can also be recovery from medical, recovery from natural disasters. Human beings need recovery from a lot of things. I think the Greek root of trauma is wound. If you have a wound of any kind, for any reason, recovery is going to be a part of your life. So, recovery's for everybody. It's just a little bit more obvious for certain people. Like me. And like most of my friends at the moment. So I don't identify as sober, and total sobriety is not a goal of mine. But most of my friends are addicts and alcoholics who identify as addicts and alcoholics and doing their best to be in recovery as is meaningful to them. It is possible. I am an addict and I'm in denial. It's possible. It doesn't feel that way, but I admit, sure, it's possible. And that's fine. If I wake up one day and realize, oh yeah, I am an addict, whatever. I don't care anymore at all. I only care about knowing what's true. So regarding, and I use addict because whether, it doesn't matter the substance, it's all addiction, or it's all in the realm of addiction or substance use or self-medication, which is the term I use for myself. So I use addict in place of addict and alcoholic because it's not a meaningful distinction to me. The other thing is I identify with a life experience that many addicts have had, particularly women. What I lived through, what I've survived, and what I've had to come to terms with, I've found in the stories of many more women in recovery than men. Not exclusively women, but it's mostly women. And it's mostly women who identify as addicts. So recovery, that's going to be a central topic of this vlog. So is spirituality. And for me, integral spirituality. Inextricable from my journey. And the third thing is really anything and everything else that's a part of life. And because I have worked with Ken Wilber for 21 years and continue to do so, that is also an inextricable part of my life. And I have an extraordinary number of interests, not just recovery or spirituality. It's everything. Everything. I am in some ways most interested in power. And to go back to integral spirituality just for a second, Ken dedicated that book to me in 2006. It says, from Manjushri to Vajrapani, some might say, which in Tibetan Buddhism literally means from the bodhisattva of wisdom to the bodhisattva of power, some might say. So Ken, wisdom, me, power, and on our good days, hopefully somewhat enlightened. And I lost my train of thought. Which PTSD, that'll do that. Somebody just walks by and spits, and my nervous system is like, is that danger? I think it's danger. And then you completely lose your train of thought. Misplaced words, stutter, also PTSD in recovery. Jesus. I was talking about integral spirituality. Anyways, power. That's what it was, power. So I am interested in how power functions in our world, and that does have to do with my abuse, because power was used against me in some pretty extraordinary and life-threatening ways. Also sexually abused. Really abused in just about every way a child can be abused and still survive. But yeah, power is interesting to me. So force is interesting to me. Politics, interesting. Military, interesting. Not only those things, but they do get my attention. So this vlog will inevitably cover all sorts of different things. Also, some of the things I can't live without. Live without on a day-to-day basis. Beauty. Can't live without it. Humor. Also can't live without it. Art. Music. Creative expression. Has to be there, one way or another. Singing. Holy Christ, really important. Music, obviously. So, right now, the constraints of, although constraints is the wrong word, what I have in mind for this vlog is putting up at least one video a day for 30 days. All right, story time for just a second. So in July of 2018, I purchased this Canon 80D and this MacBook Pro. These two things. So I bought these two things because I've been watching a lot of Casey Neistat. And at some point I realized, God, I want to do that too. I want to be creative every day, and I have something to say. I have a lot of something to say. God, I want to do that. So I went out, I got the laptop, I got the camera, and as soon as I bought that camera, I started having uncontrollable anxiety and panic continuously, without breaks. Like a flashback, but it never ends. It's permanently on. I had been having something that I now know was flashback since 2011, but this was a massive breaking point. Just absolutely enormous. So buying that camera, which I did because I was watching Casey Neistat and was inspired, that sent me to therapy. That's what pushed it over the edge. Well, first I read 4, 5, 6 books on PTSD and trauma. I'm like, yeah, I have that, and it is severe. I need a psychologist. So that's what started this journey. And the idea for a 30-day challenge is because of Casey's amazing 800-day vlog. So this idea of get up, create something, and do it every day came from him. So I'm going to try 30 days, see how it goes. But yeah, thanks a lot, Casey. But really, thank you. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it evolves. We'll see if I want to keep doing it after 30 days. But I do want to make a commitment to doing it for 30 days. So it doesn't matter what I post, as long as there's something in there that's either good, true, or beautiful. It doesn't matter how long it is. I just have to post something every day for 30 days. Yeah. I guess one other potential thing worth mentioning is I have some general guardrails. I will talk about, in some ways, the actual nature of abuse I've been through. Probably won't get into much detail unless there's a really specific reason for it. I don't talk about who did it for a bunch of reasons. And as a general topic, I don't talk about family. Again, for a bunch of reasons. So, there we are. Thanks for joining me.
Always ends the same when it was me and you. But every time I meet somebody new, it's like deja vu. I swear they sound the same. It's like they know my